Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Shameless Promo podcast, episode 4. I'm Madison.
And I'm Rumi.
And today we are talking about influencer doctors, the influencerification of the medical industry on social media.
It's truly spooky.
Can't believe that's a thing that I just said. That's real.
We've strayed so far as a society that we have medical professionals getting in on the influencer game and also treating celebrities, and as we'll get into a little bit later in this podcast, maybe mistreating celebrities or maybe having celebrities mistreat them. There's a whole lot going on in this whole sphere of business venture, and I'm excited to get into it. Are you?
Me too. There's so much we could talk about with this topic, because there's also TV doctors, which I think we'll do another episode on that. I would love to talk about the Dr. Phil, the Dr. Oz of it all, Dr. Drew, like the OG TV doctors. But, you know, they really walked so that Dr. Miami could run and other influencer doctors.
And that he is.
Yeah, he's running for sure.
From a case? Or just in life?
Oh no! I just meant, yeah, like he's successful. Oh my god.
Period. Shout out to Dr.
Funny.
Miami.
I love how you immediately were like, he's getting sued.
No.
Okay.
I don't know why my default when someone says they're like running from something, it's either like trauma or like a lawsuit. In my opinion, like there's no other thing to be running from, to be honest.
Running from the law. Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. Surprisingly, Dr. Miami has not had any legal issues.
Shout out to him, because that line of work, I would assume that there would be a lot of that. But his work must speak for itself, because I don't know, if I got botched and it was by Dr. Miami, I would be suing. But
I know. And I'm sure he's probably aware of that. He's like, they could come for me so easily. But they haven't, surprisingly. So, or maybe I shouldn't say surprisingly. I don't want to like discredit him as a professional, but you know,
either his work's amazing or his contracts are ironclad.
Yeah, no, literally, probably both.
Well, yes.
Well, okay, so who is he, Dr. Miami? For those at home listening who are like, Michael Miami? No, his name is Dr. Michael Salazar.
Really?
Salazar. I'm so sorry.
There's no Miami at all in his name?
No. Nope, not even his middle name.
Oh.
Shocking.
See, he operates in Miami, right? That's where the Miami's from?
Yeah, that's where he gets the name from, is his location.
Period.
The BBL capital of the world, can I just say. Or maybe in America, I don't know about the world, but
I think Colombia might have Miami beat.
Yeah, for sure. So he is known for the BBL. He's also known for, and this is straight from his website, rhinoplasties, breast enhancements, including breast augmentations, lifts, and reductions, body contouring, including his trademarked Genius liposuction, Brazilian butt lifts, like I just mentioned, tummy tucks and mommy makeovers, male cosmetic enhancements, including gynecomastia.
I was just talking about that.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's a male breast reduction. I didn't know that was a thing, and that was what it was called. Wait, why are you talking about it?
No, because I was like, maybe I want to get it. Because, you know, like how sometimes men have like puffy nipples? I have a puffy nip.
Yeah.
And some people, like a lot of bodybuilders, get like the gynecomastia surgery so that their nipples go flat and they look better. And I'm like, maybe I want one because my nips they be poking, child.
Poke it out. Whoa, poke it out. Sorry.
I was here.
Chin reshaping and facial rejuvenation, including eyebrow, face, and neck lifts, along with non-surgical anti-aging treatments such as Botox, Dysport, dermal fillers, and chemical peel. So basically, he does everything. And allegedly, he's known for... Excuse me, I just dropped something. He's known for everything, but I feel like BBLs are his main gig.
That's his claim to fame, I fear. Like, not I fear, I feel.
Yeah.
Whenever I hear about Dr. Miami, it's always like in the context of a BBL or like a tummy tuck.
if you Google, like, what is he known for, the first thing that comes up is the BBL or the mommy makeover. I honestly, maybe it's the feminism, but whenever I hear the term mommy makeover, it makes me shudder.
Ooh.
Like, why is that a thing?
It sounds like something you do to like a house or like a room in your house, not a
Yeah,
reconstruction
not
of your
your
body.
And I get it. It's like your body changes a lot after you give birth, and like, you know, who's to say I won't have a boob lift after my first child? I don't know. So it's not like I'm like shaming women who get it, but a mommy makeover implies that you're getting multiple things done, like you're getting a tummy tuck and a boob augmentation, and it's just like, whew, the fact that that's normalized just makes me sad.
Yeah, like absolutely no shade to anyone getting mommy makeovers. I'm personally of the belief like if you have something you want to fix or alter about your body, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, like, bitch, where's the daddy makeover? I don't know.
Right.
Obviously, they
Well.
don't give birth, so that's why they don't need it. But like, but yes, right, exactly. Yeah, I just needed to lament over the mommy makeover thing because I just. Anyway, so Dr. Miami got his start on social media around, like, I want to say 2014. There's no exact year. He started his social media journey by posting his work on Instagram. One of his first posts that was deemed too revealing by the Instagram algorithm caused his account to be deleted entirely.
Oh.
And his teenage daughter recommended he get on Snapchat. And he explains this all in a TikTok. And in the TikTok, he's like, Snapchat, isn't that what the youths are using to send nudes to each other? I'm not using that app.
Well, yes.
I mean, he wasn't wrong. But she's like, no, Dad, they have stories. And so he's like, okay, whatever that means. And so he goes to work and has his employees, his young female employees, download Snapchat for him. And then he starts posting on there. Within a few months, hundreds of thousands of people are tuning in and watching his content every day. And by 2015 and 2016, millions of people start tuning in every day. And he has this like huge following on Snapchat. He was even nominated for Snapchatter of the Year.
That's insane.
But he didn't win because DJ Khaled took his crown. So sorry.
That's wild.
Just the concept of that.
The top two being between DJ Khaled and Dr. Miami is insane because isn't Snapchat for like creators?
Again, we live in a world where a surgeon and Dr. Miami are neck and neck for an award.
As the good people always say, we do live in a society because what do you mean?
I don't understand. Also, like, I just wonder what patients at the time were like thinking. It's like, because obviously they have to consent to this, so it's like, yeah, you can film you like busting my body open from, I don't know, crack to crack. I'm not sure how BBLs work, and post it on Snapchat. Like, what?
I'm just picturing like full raw BBL meat just on the table. Are you like caught up with like Miss Netta and Charles? Have you heard of them?
Oh, have I? Please, okay. If you're not black and you're listening to this, you can skip because you probably don't know. Actually, don't skip. You should listen.
This is education.
Do you want to try to explain to the people?
I can try. Please fill in where you can.
I don't even know how to begin with this.
There is so much. Like, there's this online couple, Miss Netta and Charles. I'm gonna skip to the part that's relevant. Miss Netta and Charles went under the knife together.
Wait, I didn't know that.
Yes, they went under the knife together. Netta, I think, got like a BBL. Or some she got a BBL and something else, and Charles got like the Drake lipo abs, except God. Honestly, this is no hate to them, this is hate to their whatever doctor operated on them because they were scammed.
Doctor in quotations, probably.
A veneer tech.
Yeah, not the veneer tech BBL.
When I tell you, Charles walked out of there looking like someone literally just stenciled on abs. I was shook to my stomach. And Netta's BB.
Someone took an X-Acto.
Literally, someone took an X-Acto knife and went. It was bad. It honestly looked kind of unhealthy. In like a lot of the videos that they were showing, they looked like they were in pain. They were like in recovery for a while. Like it did not look good at all.
I just can't even begin to imagine Miss Netta with a BBL. But it makes sense.
They're icons.
God, I wish I could like put into words like what they are, who they are. I can't. You're just gonna have to look it up for yourself. Just take like an hour, because you're gonna start looking and you're not gonna be able to stop.
You know Nicole Raffi?
Yeah.
The next Chronically Online Girl Explains video she needs is for Miss Netta and Charles.
I would absolutely love that. I don't think her demographic will understand. I mean, I don't know what her demographic is. I just feel like this is like, I mean, they need like a BET reality show.
Please. I need them on like what's that called? Like a Tyler Perry movie. I need Miss Netta and Charles in a Tyler Perry movie.
Oh my God, yes. Lord, the day Tyler the
Perry.
Help.
Harry the Platypus and Tyler the Creator.
The day Tyler Perry learns about Miss Netta and Charles. Oh my God. Protect them.
How do we get here?
This happens every episode. How did Miss Netta and Charles make their way into this podcast? Okay. So Dr. Miami rose to fame on Snapchat, started raking in millions of views, was neck and neck with DJ Khaled for Snapchatter of the Year. And, you know, he's had a lot of mainstream success, I guess you could say. He's been on, like, every news outlet known to man, or in America. He's been on CBS, NBC, CNN, Fox News, The Today Show, Entertainment Tonight, Univision, Telemundo, and El Nuevo Herald.
Damn.
Herald. I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish, but he's got his foot in Latin TV, which makes sense considering he's Dr. Miami.
Real. I know a TV station hates to see him come in.
Yes. I'm surprised him and Sexy Red haven't collaborated.
Have they not already? I feel like that the brands are there.
I'm sure he's at least used the sound. I'm out here in Miami.
Oh, for sure. The way that he uses social media, for sure.
Yeah. And he's been on a lot of like influencer like YouTube shows. He's been on The Breakfast Club. He's been on Kai Cenat, the live streamer. I was shocked when I saw that. I don't know why. I shouldn't be surprised by anything Mr. Miami does at this point.
Did Kai get a BBL?
I was like, oh my God. Live streaming Kai Cenat's BBL. Live from Miami.
Live from Miami.
He's been on Sunday Conversation, and I never watched this video, but I did see like a clip or like a thumbnail of him and Fanita.
Oh yeah, Fanita did go and get work done with him.
Oh really?
Yeah, he did a great job. She looks great. I don't remember exactly what she got, but I know her body tea.
Her body tea. He had a reality show on WeTV in 2016 that ran for 6 episodes. He's touched every corner of media, pretty much. He just hasn't made any music yet.
Are we sure? Can we confirm that? Should we put him on the influencer music career?
We might have to update that episode a year from now once he's started his discography. He's even written a children's book called My Beautiful Mommy, explaining the phases of plastic surgery, which has proven to be an invaluable tool for parents in communicating with their children.
You're kidding.
I wish I was.
I have something mildly problematic to say to that. I don't know.
Yes, say it.
We might need to cut this. But like, okay, right? This is in Florida. This all takes place in Florida. They will allow children's books talking about their parents' plastic surgery, but will ban anything to do with homosexuality or God forbid, let a drag queen read a book to a child. Like, I don't know.
I don't think that's problematic at all. I think that's very sound and reasonable.
That's ridiculous. Like, again, no shade to plastic surgery, like, at all. But, like, when it comes to, like, everything else that state specifically is against, like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, I'm sure page one is like, Mommy, why do you look so different? And she's like, well, little Timmy,
My
Mommy
body
got a
tea.
little breast. Mommy got a mommy makeover. What does that mean? Well, and then it's like a clip of her on Snapchat.
Please.
Why is that man hurting you? No, Timmy, he didn't hurt me. He helped me. And he can help you too on your 18th birthday when you decide to get a nose job and a breast augmentation, all for the cheap price of $5,000. Just kidding. I'm sure it's more expensive than that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Each book comes with a discount for every child who has a mommy who went to Dr. Miami.
Every time a mommy goes to Miami, an angel gets its wings.
Exactly. Amen.
The cameras.
Again, why is it literally? We just need to stop right now. Again, I love how it's called My Beautiful Mommy. No dads in sight. Like, oh my God, please. When, as women, will we be free?
When?
Anyway, I'm gonna keep going because if I keep thinking about this too hard, I'm just gonna start like convulsing. So the reason why Dr. Miami has remained so successful on social media, because he had his Snapchat moment, but then Snapchat fell off, but he's reinvented himself on TikTok. The mastermind behind it all is a woman named Santina Rizzi. She is a social media manager and kind of the brains behind the operation, the voice of the TikTok account, or was. She quit. I'm not sure what the T is there. I tried to find it, but I didn't really get an answer.
Maybe she just moved on to another job. I don't know. She could be working at Crayola now. The social media manager of Crayola.
Going from Dr. Miami to Crayola is a wild career shift. But yeah, she like made a TikTok being like, yeah, I'm not really ready to talk about it, but I've just moved on. So to me, that implies there was some tea, but you know.
Let me shut me and my Crayola ass up then. There something did go down.
I think something did indeed go down, but I guess we'll never know. There's like a whole article about her and her kind of philosophy about social media management. Basically, just to boil it down to its most basic parts, emphasize personality to set you aside from other doctors on TikTok and appeal to Gen Z. Use the sounds, the trends. And yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Also, Dr. Miami is not above being silly and goofy on the internet for the clicks and the views and the engagement. Like, he really puts his whole bussy into the campness of it all. He really commits to the bit. So I think with the combination of that and the Gen Z social media manager, I mean, recipe for success.
His videos are so funny. Like, I love
They're very funny.
How he just has so much beef for Drake. Someone who's known to have gotten lipo. Like, when the Megan and Drake beef was happening and then the Kendrick and Drake beef, like, he is always so anti-Drake. It is so funny.
Yes, he loves to talk shit about Drake and the Kardashians. One of my favorite TikToks he's made is him being like, me taking the biggest step back when I ask a patient for an inspo photo and the picture is a Kardashian.
Please.
It's really good. I just have this written down in my notes. When Drake asked me to do his second round of lipo, but I am a hottie before I am a surgeon.
Real. Who thinks of that? Well, I guess Santina thinks of this.
Santini, yes. Yeah, imagine like a 45-year-old white man being like, well, I'm a hottie before I'm a certified lover boy. Like, come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dr. Miami honestly has a pretty clean record. I couldn't find shit about him that was negative, which I don't know why I had this belief that he had drama or he was like disliked by a lot of people. I mean, I do think the whole like Snapchat surgery thing is a little odd, but I mean, I guess if people are consenting to it, like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? So, yeah.
I think it might just be the industry as well. Like being in like cosmetics, I feel like makes you prone to, for one, criticism and two, scandal. And the fact that he's like been in the game so long and avoided all that, or at least not had it like define his career, props to him.
That's the tricky thing with the whole influencer doctor thing is like, you know, you're an influencer, so like you can still get canceled even if you're a professional. And I feel like getting canceled as a doctor just makes it even worse. Like, you know, because it kind of messes with your credibility and it's just such a bad look. For example, Dr. Mike.
Ooh.
Do you know who that is?
He was like big in like 2020, right?
Yes, he was.
Okay, yeah, I heard scandals from him. I remember being in lockdown, hearing a lot of things about this man and things he would say.
First of all, I didn't know that he has been around for like a while. He gained popularity on BuzzFeed in 2015 from an article. First of all, the most millennial ass fucking title ever. The article title is, you really need to see this hot doctor and his dog.
You really need to see this hot doctor and his dog. He won the internet today.
No, literally, he won the internet today. Like, I don't know why that pisses me off so much. First of all, who starts a title with That's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I fucking hate BuzzFeed.
Oh, but it was peak. It was peak. That was the era for that.
It was peak. I did love BuzzFeed back in the day.
Millennial cringe down.
It's also like, okay, he's a doctor, so I'm not gonna say it's my white mediocrity, but like, oh my god, all you have to do is be like a hot doctor with a dog, and people write articles about you. Like, what?
That's ridiculous.
And you go viral. You get a platform.
He got his whole platform off of the BuzzFeed article.
Yes, bitch. Later that year, he was voted sexiest doctor alive in People magazine.
Is he actually? Are we joking?
I mean, he is good looking.
He's good looking, yeah.
I'm sorry. In a world where Patrick Dempsey, aka McDreamy, exists, I beg to differ. Cites not a real doctor.
I've seen too many. Maybe this was before TikTok, but a lot of the TikTok doctors I see. Let's just say. Never mind. I was about to say something so foggy.
What were you gonna say?
Let's just say the patients aren't the only thing that need to be resuscitated.
Ma'am! Nurse! Get in here!
Nurse!
Yeah, he launched a YouTube channel in 2017. He's given a TED Talk, you know, the whole shebang. But yeah, he got into a lot of trouble during the pandemic because he pretty much like centered all of his content around talking about the pandemic as a doctor would. But then in November 2020, he was photographed on a boat in Miami. No mask in sight.
Oh.
With a bunch of biddies. Oh. Classic.
He said, fuck the career, I need the hose.
Ah! But that was pretty crazy.
No, can we talk about how wild that era was? Like, the mass amount of people that just said, fuck all of the guidelines. I'm gonna go turn up. Like, that's...
Yeah.
It was entertainment, honestly. From my POV.
It was.
Watching all the drama channels. Because, like, the drama channels were living. They had nothing else to talk about. And influencers were doing the most. In, like, the Hollywood Fix, Saddle Ranch clips.
Oh, my God. The Saddle Ranch of it all. Well, I was going to say, and if you get this quote, like, you're a real one. But I was going to say, Dr. Miami said, coronavirus, I ain't scared. I'm going to get corona, and then I'm going to go get a corona. Do you know who said that?
No, who said that?
It was Doja Cat on Instagram Live. She said, I'm going to get Corona and then I'm going to go get a Corona. Get a Corona.
Please tell me this was like early on.
I mean, it was during the pandemic.
Oh my God.
I don't know what month. I don't know if it was March or if it was fucking December. I don't know.
I'm praying for the sake of my fandom. It was like early, like March, April.
She said, I ain't scared. I just love the line, I'm going to get Corona and then get a Corona. And Dr. Miami said, same. And I'm going to get on a boat.
Dr. Mike.
Did I say Dr. Miami?
Yeah.
Sorry, Dr. Mike. No Dr. Miami slander here. No accidental defamation.
But Dr. Mike did do that. He did do that.
Dr. Mike did do that. He apologized and was like, the error of my ways, poor judgment, whatever. And then he started his boxing career in 2022. Oh. His first fight being with iDubbbz.
Oh.
Yeah.
When we break into influencer boxing, I will have more to say, but just for right now, why?
How do you go from doctor to boxer and boxing iDubbbz? Like, we live in a society.
We live in a society. I love a multi-hyphenate. Like, honestly, chase your dreams, girl.
Doctor, influencer, boxer.
Hottest doctor alive. Like, there's just so much going on with this man.
Right. His resume is crazy.
Honestly, as a doctor, how do you have this much time to do all this?
Right? That's what I'm wondering. I'm like, do you just not take patients anymore? Like, you're just a career, like, influencer doctor? Like, you don't actually practice?
Last time I checked, being a doctor is a full-time job.
Yes.
So how do you have time to have a whole boxing career, be an influencer?
I need to take notes from Mr. Miami. Fuck, I keep saying Mr. Miami. I need to take notes from Dr. Miami. No. Oh my God. I'm sick.
I think, Dr. Miami, if you're listening out there, I think you have a couple of fans in the podcast.
Dude, in like 5 years, y'all are going to catch me with Dr. Miami getting a BBL.
And I'll be on the table right next to her.
No, in 10 years when BBLs come back into fashion.
Oh my God, in 10 years, should we do like a podcast episode on Under the Knife with Dr. Miami?
Oh my God.
Is that a series? Does he have a series like that, Under the Knife with Dr. Miami? That'd be iconic.
No, but he should. So, yeah, that's Dr. Mike for you. A cautionary tale about being an influencer doctor, you know.
Period. Taking a more sinister, well, potentially, I'll say allegedly sinister, sidestep from influencer doctors, we have a more recent case of more so celebrity / influencer doctors maybe not having the best intentions at heart or not staying up to code or practice. And this really starts with Dr. Thomas P. Connolly involving Mr. Kanye West. If you have not heard, this story came out on August 7th, so about a couple of weeks ago. Allegedly, Dr. Connolly, who is Kanye West's dentist, has gotten Kanye West addicted to nitrous oxide, aka laughing gas. And this was all released in a series of stories and social media posts by Kanye West's ex-chief of staff, which, first of all, I didn't know celebrities had chief of staffs. I thought that was like kind of exclusive for governmental officials. But the more you know.
Wait, it's not chief of staff for Yeezy?
I think it might be, yes. You were probably correct on that. Did you Never mind. That makes more sense. But his ex-chief of staff went on a rampage on social media talking about why Kanye West is no longer capable of successfully releasing music or clothing, alleging that Kanye's dentist, Thomas P. Connolly, gave Kanye West the drug known as laughing gas in hopes of diminishing Ye's mental faculties so that Connolly and his business associates could extract millions of dollars from him while taking in upwards of $50,000 every month, which is crazy allegations. He went farther to say that this dentist Connolly charges rappers and cartel bosses for natural stones but puts vastly cheaper lab grown diamonds in their mouths instead for like two gems, grills, etc. Like this sounds bad. This sounds really bad if true. Again, this is all alleged. And when it comes to the claims of Kanye being addicted to nitrous oxide, apparently there have been claims of him having entire canisters of nitrous oxide laughing gas in his apartment with his current girlfriend. And Connolly actually said in response that he had been taking the canisters to Kanye's home, but said that they were empty and had always been empty. Which that in and of itself is kind of crazy. Like, why are you bringing empty laughing gas canisters into your
Yeah, like
client's
that's
home?
people are so fucking stupid. That's the dumbest like cover up I've ever heard in my life.
Like, I didn't bring him laughing gas. Like, the containers were just empty. Like, there was nothing in them. Like, why are you bringing them in the first place if they're so empty?
Like I brought him a crack pipe, but it didn't have any crack in it.
Like, what? And that's just really crazy because I feel like this is one of those things where you see with a lot of like OG celebrity doctors where a lot of times they'll like either overprescribe or misprescribe celebrities different substances, which inevitably ends up being the end of these celebrities. Like, think Michael Jackson, think Prince, think Joan Rivers. Like, there are so many examples of this that have happened historically. That it's really scary that this is happening now, allegedly. And nitrous oxide itself is really dangerous when misused. I feel like this is not like a common one that people really talk about when it comes to like substances. But it's dangerous because like the overuse and abuse of nitrous oxide can cause a loss of blood pressure, fainting, heart attacks, seizures, loss of consciousness, memory loss, and so much more. Of course, Connolly's camp has denied all of these claims because one, that's just not a good look. And I'm sure if this is true, this is something that they'd want to fight out in court and not necessarily on TMZ.
Yeah.
But this sort of transitions us into the darker side of celebrity doctors and just the whole concept of like the combination of celebrity influencerness and healthcare and doctors, because those things don't really mix. I don't know.
I don't think so either. And like with this guy who's working with Kanye, I would just imagine the reason he's doing this is because he wants like proximity to a famous person, or maybe he thinks he'll get more famous clients and he'll become more well known, and or he just wants his money. But I don't know. It's just so weird because like I feel there's a way to gain whatever notoriety you want to in Hollywood as a doctor without like putting your clients in danger. Like I just find that really odd because like I think of Kevin Sands. He's Dr. Kevin Sands is a dentist and he's known for giving veneers to like every celebrity in Hollywood. And I mean, I guess like most people don't know who he is. I know who he is because of my veneers video, but he's got all these pictures with people like Justin Bieber and the Kardashians, and like obviously he has this proximity to famous people and has all these famous clients, which I guess would be the goal for someone like this Kanye West doctor. So it's like, from what I've heard, his veneers are fine. Like people aren't complaining or like saying he's like prescribing medication that he shouldn't. So it's just like, what, like why? I don't understand.
I have here in my notes, and when I was doing research in this, something interesting called VIP syndrome that happens between doctors and celebrities. And that's essentially where like fame appears to like pressure, dazzle, or to distract physicians into making bad decisions and into bad medicine. And I think that this is kind of that, because if you think about it, I can understand feeling like stressed or like this need to constantly do whatever the celebrity says, or like do whatever you think would make a celebrity happy because you want to get in their good graces. You want to become a celebrity doctor or physician because that ultimately pays more, because they can pay more, can change your life, can get like the status and fame by proxy. Kind of as a result of that, you're definitely like putting genuine medicine, healthcare, and the quality of life of these people in danger.
Yeah, it's so bizarre, and like you are literally putting your whole business, your whole career on the line because you could lose your license over this. And it's like, what an odd thing to desire as a doctor of all things. Like, if you wanted to be famous, why didn't you try to be an actor or something? Like, what
Right.
made you like want to go down this path of trying to gain fame and notoriety, but you're a doctor? Like, it's just so weird. I don't get it.
And even if you wanted to be a famous doctor, usually famous doctors are like the best doctors, you know? Like you are
Mm,
famous in your own career, in your own right. So like
yeah,
going the sort of like cheaper, or not necessarily cheaper, I don't want to say that, but the not
like
by the
deeply
books route.
unethical
Yeah,
routes.
deeply unethical route. To get that. Like I don't know. Like what do you want notoriety for? Like do you want it for your work or do you want it for yourself?
And I mean, again, there's like the Dr. Oz and the Dr. Phils of it all, which are a whole other.
That's a whole other can of worms.
We will get into that in another episode because they're doctors, but like, yeah, doctors with heavy quotation marks. I don't know about Dr. Drew. He seems to have a good relationship with Trisha Paytas, so that's my only
So
reference.
random. That's so random.
But I feel like Dr. Phil has only done more harm than good, so it's like I'm struggling to like verbalize my thoughts because I don't even I can't understand it. I don't get it.
In defense of Dr. Phil, though, he did give us Bad Baby.
His only contribution to society, which again, is it
Mm.
a contribution or I don't
Right.
know.
Are we happy about that? Jury's still out.
I mean, honestly, I do think Bad Baby as a cultural figure is iconic. Like we talked about this,
Hmm.
and I think she has had a redemption arc in the sense that like she's really been outspoken about how horrible these teen programs are, like the troubled teen programs.
Oh, for sure.
And you know, she's a mother now, and she gave us Gucci flip-flops. So I'm not mad at Bad Baby. I actually, yes, you're correct. Dr. Phil, his major contribution to the world is giving us Bad Baby, and to that I say thank you very much, Mr. Phil. You are
You ate that one thing.
you ate that one thing. But I think the reason I brought that up is because you said like if you're famous as a doctor, it should be because you're good at what you do. Um, and that's like yeah, that there's that kind of fame, and then there's like the actual celebrity doctor, which is like just usually connected to or associated with some iffy things. Because think about it, like you have to do some crazy shit or have some sort of like drive to be on television and be entertaining, and that has to come before the practice,
Right.
you know.
Like, I feel like there are definitely some really great celebrity slash influencer doctors or medical professionals that really are in it for the medicine and just want a larger platform to share like their medical knowledge. Like I think of that one Dr. Joel. He does really great work on like fixing the gap between like healthcare between black people and white people, like with the different representations in like medical graphics and in medical treatment. And I think like that's amazing because the intent there is to highlight the medicine, highlight the practice, and to provide genuine knowledge for people. And he doesn't really take a lot of that for himself, or yeah. But when it comes to like influencer and celebrity doctors that are doing it to like highlight themselves and propel themselves into this level of notoriety and celebrity and aren't really focused too much on the medicine or the work at hand. Eh.
Those are the good, I guess you could say, influencer doctors. Like there are doctors on TikTok who make medical information more accessible to people, which I think is really important and very valuable, especially in America because we don't all have access to healthcare, unfortunately. So I think it's great that there are like actual board certified clinicians on TikTok who can answer questions and talk about things that are misunderstood in the medical industry or whatever it may be. Um, and I think that's great, but there are so many other weird doctors on TikTok or people who just lie. There are people out here who are like, yeah, I'm a doctor, just put on a lab coat and start giving out medical advice, and they're not even, bitch, you don't even have a bachelor's. The fuck?
The girlies just lie.
The girlies just be lying.
I remember I followed this one TikTok doctor. I think his name was like Pax. And he was he had a pretty decent following on TikTok, and he was giving out like a bunch of medical information about like different diseases. Like he talked about like COVID a lot. He talked about like general health and wellness. It comes out that like he was not a medical professional.
Oh.
He was lying. The entire thing was a lie. And he got caught up in the lie and tried to like gaslight a bunch of people, and eventually just like kind of got ran off the platform. But the amount of people on social media that can just pop on there and say like, yeah, I am a doctor, I am a pediatrician, I am a physical therapist, and
I'm a chiropractor.
I'm a chiropractor. The only back that you've broken is in the bedroom. Like that.
That's hilarious. And that's why I still kind of side-eye the whole doctor influencer thing, because unfortunately it becomes normalized, and then there are bad apples who ruin it for everyone. And then it's like, well, who do you trust? And it's like, should doctors even be on social media at all? And of course, you don't want to take away the good things that are being posted online from doctors who are actually helping people, but it just gets so convoluted, and it seems too free in that regard, like too open, where just information can be spread all over TikTok from fake medical professionals, and it's just really dangerous, and I don't fuck with that.
I don't either. It's unsafe. It's just generally dangerous for everyone involved, and it makes the medical profession look bad, which is really scary, and especially in a time where like you said, some people don't have healthcare. Healthcare is such an important aspect in everyone's lives. It's something that impacts literally everyone. So if there's even like a little bit of doubt, there is that like insecurity, it's going to have rippling impacts, especially for marginalized people, because of the history of skepticism when it comes to like the medical field and medical practices.
I wonder how their patients feel. Like, I even think this about like the therapists who are on YouTube, or like Therapists React, whatever. Imagine if you go sign up for therapy or whatever, or you go to a consultation and they're like, oh, and I have a YouTube channel. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think it's inherently wrong, but I just feel like I'd be kind of like weirded out by my doctor or my therapist having a TikTok account.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't know how I'd feel. I don't know if I'd be nervous that they'd talk about me, or happy that I can get like free game that I'm not paying for on their YouTube channel.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even think I'd be worried about them talking about me. I just like, I don't know why to me that seems weird. I don't think it's really that weird, honestly, or like wrong or unethical. I feel like something I like about doctors or physicians or anyone who you go to who has like a normal job is like, they're not an internet person. Like, they just like do their job and like live in the world, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense, but
no, it does. It definitely does. I completely understand from like a perspective, like if it's helping like get some extra money, because everyone needs a side hustle. Like, let's be real. Like,
yeah,
everyone needs that. I just have a little bit of pause when it happens to also intersect with the service and the job that I am working with you on, you know?
Yeah, I find it really weird. And I get it. Like you were saying, everyone needs a side hustle. I think another pro of doctors being on TikTok or social media is that, like, if you have a private practice, you can promote that. You have your own business, Dr. Miami, for example. And that can be very beneficial. And I think that's fine. But yeah, there's a lot of gray area with the whole influencer doctor thing that I think with time it might get just fully black.
Black?
Because gray area, like,
oh. I thought you were talking about the people.
Oh my god. Yes, because I'm not even gonna keep going with that.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, that's all.
So that's the podcast, y'all.
This was kind of a more of a like a yap sesh, just kind of conceptualizing.
This was fully a yap sesh. We didn't address this, but this is our filler episode if there has been one. I am currently in Iceland on vacation, but we wanted to make sure that we got an episode out for y'all this week. So I hope you enjoyed.
I think also this topic is hard because there's only so much information out there about people like Dr. Miami or Dr. Mike or these like influencer doctors. I think when we do the TV doctor episode, we'll have a lot more meat to chew on.
Right. Because we're also like not doctors as well. So it's not like we can have like a very deep breakdown into like the exact medical practices or like what is going wrong or right. It would be interesting to have a guest on the podcast, like an actual doctor or like
that'd be cool,
a doctor creator. So Dr. Drew, if you want to hop on.
What do you have to say about TV doctors, huh? Are you friends with Dr. Phil? Do you know him?
I heard there was beef. I heard there was like beef between like the TV doctors. I don't know. That could be misinformation.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. They should start boxing. That's what they should do.
That would.
I want to see Dr. Phil and Dr. Drew in the ring. Oh,
I want to see them square up.
Well, if you want to just subscribe, leave a comment, leave a review. Don't leave a bad one, please.
Every series needs a flop episode, and I think this may be ours.
Yeah.
So if you made it to the end, shout out to you.
Thank you so much.
Definitely like, subscribe, leave a rating. If you're streaming on Spotify or Apple Music, we'd love to hear reviews from you. And if you're on YouTube, be sure to leave a comment. What do you think we should talk about next? How you're feeling about the podcast? We're about almost halfway through season 1, which is insane. But yeah, we really appreciate y'all for listening, tuning in, and always supporting.
Thanks. Love you. Bye.
Bye, y'all.